this what you want? This fucking foliage? Is this what you want? Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, it's the hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off the Script. So let me get this straight. You bring Cedric Alexander to Monday Night Raw from 205 Live, one of the best athletes that WWE has employed right now. You bring Cedric Alexander to Monday Night Raw to do nothing until a week before Extreme Rules, and then you dress him up in a luchador mask, playing the role of a janitor in a tag team match that we're supposed to see on Sunday night that we all have zero interest in. I don't get it. I don't get why Cedric Alexander was dressed as a luchador. I don't get why we seen a mixed tag team elimination match. Yes, let me repeat that. A mixed tag team elimination match. We'll go over it, because I'm still fucking confused. I'm confused as how that made the final script. I'm confused as to why we got a 2 out of 3 falls 6-man tag. I've never heard of such a thing in my entire life. And I'm confused as to where all the people were last week that praised Monday Night Raw. Where were you this week? I'm looking around and I see nobody. Where were you? What's your song this week? What's going to be the tune that you sing this week, right? I was the only one in the community who had anything negative to say about what was a regular... Here I am with the fucking hand movements. Fuck out of here, man. I was the only one to sit here and talk negatively about Monday Night Raw in the entire community. I got shit on for it. And I guarantee you, everybody that was in the positive of Raw last week is going to be in the negative this week. Because there's no way anybody could sit here and tell me that was a good show. Where's the change, folks? Where's the change? I know where the change is. The change is in the remote control that sat in front of you for 3 hours. The change came when you changed your channel to ESPN to watch the Home Run Derby. This show was absolutely fucking terrible. And I know that Paul Heyman, and you could go on record and state that this is his second week, because last week everybody was deeming it his first week, right? Last week was Paul Heyman's first week. So here we are in the second week, and I'm allowed, more so than anything, to shit on Paul Heyman's second week. Where are you now? Who was right and who was wrong? I don't want to tell you I told you so, but man, it brings a smile to my face to know that everything I did last week is now, 1 week later, justified. I feel like I'm a fucking king. You fucking cretins. Anyway, this is Monday Night Raw. And listen, I'm not talking to my audience. I'm talking to all the people that spoke negatively about me. That's it. I know I have a loving audience here. I know that I have people who adore what I say. It's for everybody that attacked me last week. I love it. This is Monday Night Raw for, what is today's day? I don't even know the fucking date. July 8th. It's a long week. Long weekend. Hope you guys had a good 4th of July. We are going to go over everything that happened on Monday Night Raw tonight from Newark, New Jersey. This crowd seemed like it was in a fucking coma all night. They even chanted CM Punk. I'm surprised they even remembered who he was, as dead as this crowd was in Newark, New Jersey. We're going to go over everything tonight on Monday Night Raw. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that bell for all notifications. If you guys want to join the channel and become a member of JD's Elite right here on YouTube, you guys can simply do that by hitting the join button right next to the subscribe button. It's conveniently located right next to the subscribe button, man. So make sure you guys do that. Early access and an instant link to my Off the Script Discord. Patreon. If you guys don't want to do that, you guys can certainly join the Patreon page and show your support for Off the Script. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Completely optional. It is up to you guys. It is the only way to get exclusive content not available on YouTube. Well, it's up to my patrons who get this podcast in audio form, only available on Patreon.com. Thank you guys so very much for all of that. If you guys missed anything that I uploaded on the channel this weekend, Off the Script, though slow because of the holiday weekend, which was, I guess, anticipated, it was still a great episode of Off the Script. We talked about Paul Heyman and why his influence was not as great as everybody made it out to be. Where was he? Where's his influence this week? I don't know, man. It might still be on vacation for the 4th of July. I'll give it another week, you fucking goons. Also, Roman Reigns says AEW is not competition to WWE. I'd love to know what he's smoking, and I'd love the number of his drug dealer, because he is completely idiotic if he thinks that. But again, he's a corporate clown, just like Seth Rollins, so they go hand in hand. Anyway, go check that out. And then Sunday, you're not going to believe that we finally got the reason why Sasha Banks and Bayley lost the women's tag team titles. And we got the explanation from the Bella Twins podcast. Believe it or not, folks, Vince wanted, and the reason why he took the titles off of Sasha Banks and Bayley at WrestleMania was because he wanted the Bella Twins versus the Iconics for the women's tag team titles. They have been missing ever since. They don't even get brought up in the creative meetings. So there you go. The people who run this fine company need to be removed immediately. Laughable. It's a joke. It's a goddamn joke. Go check all that stuff out. Link in the top right corner that you see right there. That little eye, drop it down, and everything you need. If you missed it, will be right there. The podcast this week is brought to you by Audible. audibletrial.com/offthescript. They are fine friends of the podcast each and every week. They've been with me for over 3 years. If you guys want to get something for free and support the show just for listening, Audible is for you. audibletrial.com/offthescript. JD, I love getting shit for free. What do I got to do? Well, pick up your iPhone or your Android device. You're going to go to that store on your phone, whether it's Google Play or it's iTunes, and you're going to download the Audible app. It is absolutely free. Then you're going to use our unique link, audibletrial.com/offthescript. You're going to go through the sign-up process. You're not going to be billed at all. They're not going to charge you a dime. Then you're going to get 30 days free of their service, and as a thank you, Audible's going to give you one free audiobook of your choice. Over 200,000 choices to choose from. And if you guys don't like Audible for any reason, if you feel like Audible's not for you, you guys can cancel anytime in that 30 days and still get to keep your audiobook for free. I wish it was that easy with Monday Night Raw. When I watch Raw, I love my sanity at the end of the night, but my sanity is long gone by the end of hour 1. Audible is going to let you keep your sanity and a free audiobook just for signing up. Again, that's audibletrial.com/offthescript. Monday Night Raw started off tonight with not a promo, not a long-winded video package, none of those things. We started off immediately with in-ring action. I really appreciate that. The one and only positive tonight on Monday Night Raw. We got in-ring action at the top of the hour. Not really good in-ring action, but in-ring action at the very top of the hour. And I love it. Should happen more often. By the way, I had to put my pop filter back on because of my OCD. So if you guys realize that, oh, well, he had it off and now it's back on, I put it back on. My OCD kicked in. Anyway, We got Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I'm not sure if you remember, but Seth Rollins is dating Becky Lynch. If they didn't tell you 16 fucking times on the show tonight. Mixed tag team match. Andrade and Zelina Vega. Not only a mixed tag team match, but a mixed tag team elimination match. So immediately, as soon as we get that notification from Michael Cole, all I am thinking is, well, when are they going to commercial? And how are they going to go about getting a commercial break in the middle of this match? Do you know how sad that is? Do you know how pathetic that is for the viewer? You don't think the people watching the show live in the arena are understanding what is going on here? You don't think the people at home know what you're doing now after 4 weeks of this insane, pathetic, laughable garbage? I don't understand how nobody is speaking up about this shit. Goes in one ear and out the other. Nobody gives a shit. What exactly is an elimination mixed tag team match? I have no idea. I never heard of such stupidity in my entire life. So I'm thinking about it, and I don't understand. I don't even think Vince McMahon knows what a mixed tag team elimination match. He just does for the sake of doing without thinking. This is what he has done with his creative writers. This is what he has programmed with his creative writers. They are programmed to be as stupid as Vince McMahon. So, a mixed tag team elimination match. What if Seth Rollins got eliminated by Andrade? What would happen? It would be Becky Lynch against Andrade and Zelina Vega. I don't understand. I don't understand why they didn't think about this well ahead of time. Or what if Andrade got eliminated first and not Zelina Vega? It would be Zelina Vega versus Rollins and Becky Lynch. I don't get it. I don't get why they did that. And the reason why they did that was merely to get us a commercial in the middle of the match. So when the commercial hit, Zelina Vega immediately tapped out to Becky Lynch's disarmor. So now it was Andrade versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. And I still didn't understand what was going on once they came back from commercial break. So seemingly with the elimination of Zelina Vega, Becky Lynch was also eliminated because in WWE, the women can't get involved if the men are in the ring. So, where's the logic here? Where is the logic in this entire situation? And then I seen people on social media, oh, well, she's in the corner of Seth Rollins, and she's now a support system. She's a support system in the corner of Seth Rollins that's holding the tag team rope. So I'm guessing she's still part of the match. But with the elimination of Zelina Vega, she was ultimately eliminated herself. I don't get it. I really, really, really don't understand WWE's logic in this shit. And this Rollins and Becky nonsense, my God. This is the most cringe I think WWE has been all year. Did you see Seth Rollins' new t-shirt? It simply says, "The Man's Man." And it's got Rollins' logo in the bottom left corner of the shirt. Is Rollins a bitch or is he a champion? I can't tell anymore. You talk about emasculating Mr. Mike Bennett or Mike Kanellis. They are emasculating Seth Rollins to a point where this guy looks like a complete fucking loser. He's not my Universal Champion. My Universal Champion speaks for himself. He stands up and doesn't need his girlfriend live on camera every single week. He does what he needs to do, and then he goes home to fuck his wife. That's not Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is pandering around with Becky Lynch. They're playing house, and they got a mixed tag team match on Monday Night Raw. That doesn't make sense. And they got a mixed tag team match at the Elimination Chamber. I don't even know my pay-per-views anymore. At Extreme Rules, in which they accepted the stipulations without actually hearing what Baron Corbin had as a stipulation. So not only are they cringe, but they're idiotic as well. Folks, I don't know what WWE has done, but going into SummerSlam, I hope Kofi, Becky, and Rollins all lose their championships and we get a massive reset on everything. So we got elimination rules here. We got Rollins and Lynch winning in about 16 minutes, a complete waste of everybody's time. We had, during the commercial break, before they went to commercial, Lacey Evans was standing in the crowd when Zelina Vega was tapping out. Becky and Lacey Evans were brawling. They went to commercial break because WWE needs to come up. They're actually more creative with the way they come up to go to commercial than with the actual overall arc of the show. And they brawl into the crowd, and then all of a sudden you see Becky in the corner of Rollins, even though she's not really needed anymore from this point on. So Andrade yanked Becky off of Zelina by her leg. Apparently they were still brawling. Zelina got involved. Becky said, fuck this shit. She got involved. Andrade yanked Becky off of Zelina by her leg. Seth grabbed him and shoved him away. Andrade charged, but Becky pulled Seth out of Andrade's path, and she got knocked over. Seth leaned over to check on her. Andrade then hit Seth from behind and threw him into the barricade on the outside. Andrade landed a running knee in the corner. When Zelina dove at Seth at ringside, Seth caught her. Becky then drop-kicked Zelina, and as Seth held her upside down, Andrade charged through the ropes. Seth kicked him. Seth then gave Andrade the stomp, and he got the win in 16 minutes. A meaningless win that merely gave us another tag team match with these two when one is all we needed on Sunday. So now we got 3 tag team matches, one last week with Mike Kanellis and Maria. We got one this week with Andrade and Zelina Vega, and we got another one on Sunday. When is enough enough? I hope Sunday is the end of all this shit. And they made fun and they poked fun at the internet says that they don't look like boyfriend and girlfriend the way that they act. They were, I guess, doing scenes from Dirty Dancing at a recent house show this past weekend to show how everybody is wrong about their relationship. Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans look more like a couple than Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch on camera. Zelina Vega and Andrade look more like a couple, and Zelina Vega is married to Aleister Black, and Andrade's married or engaged to be married to Charlotte Flair. Yet they look more like a couple than the actual couple WWE's promoting on their TV show. Mixed tag team elimination match with a dose of cringe. Folks, this is not change. And again, just like the thumbnail says, the only change that you need or the only change that you've seen in the show is when you picked up the remote control and changed the channel to something else. Garbage. Absolute garbage. I don't know who in their right mind could defend this bullshit. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are celebrating on stage. Baron Corbin comes out of nowhere. Apparently he added a gold chain to his overall TGIF Fridays outfit. Don't know where that fits in. Is he now a hostess / playboy who wears the big IWC and Panerai watches and drives the rent-a-car Corvette? What is he? He's living the life that we know he's not living. Baron Corbin is nothing more than a proverbial loser on WWE TV. Corbin attacked Seth from behind. Becky punched Corbin. He no-sold these punches. It was like one of them fucking gnats flying around the 4th of July barbecue. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's exactly how he treated Becky Lynch. He brushed her off. He laughed. Lacey then caught Becky with a woman's right. She connected with the woman's right, but as always, Miss Lacey Evans is completely out of place. It looked like she gave Becky Lynch the punch, and it was completely off timing. She was at a distance, even though she should have been a little bit closer. Lacey Evans is completely green in the ring. Green. Don't know why this woman has anything to do with a championship on WWE TV. Corbin then pounded away at Seth Rollins on stage, and after they left, Becky went to go check on her poor old boyfriend, Seth Rollins. That was pretty much it. All while this is going on, Paul Heyman comes down, and he got a resounding ovation, an ECW chants, because it's Newark, New Jersey. I guess that's what they do in Newark. He comes down, walks past Becky and Seth. He looks back, laughing, and he gets in the ring. Paul Heyman stood in the middle of the ring, introduced himself. He said on Sunday, there's a pay-per-view entitled Extreme Rules. Said he happens to know something about the word extreme. People were cheering. And at this point, I said to myself, you know what, Mr. Heyman? I know a lot about the word extreme as well. Monday Night Raw is extremely boring. Monday Night Raw is extremely garbage. Monday Night Raw is extremely pathetic. Monday Night Raw is extremely comedic and not in a good way. Monday Night Raw is absolutely and extremely the best way to cure insomnia. How about that for the word extreme? Good? Good. 2 thumbs up? Good. Hit that thumbs up. I appreciate it. Said he happens to know something about the word extreme. He also knows about the word, or the city, Philadelphia. I don't want to make fun of my Philadelphia people, but the Philadelphia Phillies are extremely overrated. Good enough for you? I probably got some thumbs down on that one. Whatever. Still love you guys anyway. So his client Brock Lesnar will cash in the Money in the Bank contract against either Kofi Kingston or Seth Rollins. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. So let me get this straight. He came out, not 1, not 2, but 3 weeks in a row and teased the cash in. Brock Lesnar even was quoted saying, "I'll cash it in on Friday. I'll Super Showdown." We didn't get a cash in. So now Brock Lesnar is supposed to be at Extreme Rules, according to Paul Heyman. And this is not a prediction. This is a spoiler that is going to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. Folks, I will believe it when I see it. I'd also like to inform you guys that I am starring in a new reboot of Boy Meets World. It's called Goon Meets World, and I'm playing the role of Ryder Strong, a.k.a. Sean Hunter, with less hair. Okay? And in this one, Corey is cheated on by Topanga, and she comes to my trailer park, and she gives me the nice dirty deed, okay? Yeah, sure. Paul Heyman, making fucking spoilers on Monday Night Raw. I'll believe it when I see it. Okay? Fuck out of here. So if you think back, he hasn't violated a spoiler since before WrestleMania 30. So if he went out there and gave out some misinformation, he says, "I've built up my credibility enough that this would be the time for me to lie." Well, Vince McMahon is certainly showing himself to be a liar, being that he brought you on board, because I see no ounce of change whatsoever on this show. He said, and I know change takes time, you fucking cretins. He said only he and Brock Lesnar know whether Lesnar will really cash in or if he's just messing with Seth and Kofi. Blah, 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 blah. I was already tuning into Extreme Rules. If Brock Lesnar cashes in on Seth or Kofi, I think it'll be a plus. Get him away from the Universal title, because Becky Lynch single-handedly, with this relationship making its way to TV, is ruining Rollins' title reign quicker than you could blink. Get rid of it. We got Baron Corbin in the back. Corbin and Lacey Evans in a overly scripted and unnatural fucking backstage segment. I don't know who talks like this. I don't know who stands the way that they do. I don't know who talks to one other person in the way that these two talked. They gloated and talked about whether Becky or Seth was losing on Sunday and how it will affect their relationship. Corbin says they're new, they're the new power couple because it's strictly professional. Yeah, sure. Sure it is. Lacey said, caring about your partner is a liability, not an asset. I think Lacey Evans in the ring is a liability and nowhere near a fucking asset from Monday Night Raw. Move on. Backstage, we see a guy dumping trash in the bin backstage on Monday Night Raw. He is literally showing you exactly where all of Monday Night Raw's ideas go before they hit Vince McMahon's table. Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre walk up to him. Drew says they hear he's the best trash man in the world, and then he proceeded to ask him, "Do you see my push anywhere in that fucking trash heap?" He didn't really say that, but that's what I was thinking. Shane asked if he'd like to be Roman Reigns' partner tonight. Well, listen, I'd love to see Roman Reigns team up with the Trash Man. That would make Bobby Lashley jealous. Shane told him to hang around and it'll be awesome. The guy was totally unfazed and went back to dealing with the trash. The Revival and Elias versus the Usos and The Miz. Two out of three falls. 6-man tag. Absolutely nothing on the line here. I'm questioning to everybody on Twitter why exactly this match is happening. I'm getting an aneurysm just thinking about it. Why is this match taking place? What is so important that it's 2 out of 3 falls? What is on the line? Nobody answers these questions for me. I don't even think WWE knows. What exactly is on the line? They've murdered the 2 out of 3 falls gimmick so much that I think I'm going to develop a fucking unknown disease if I hear 2 out of 3 falls again on WWE TV. This is not even wrestling anymore. It's downright fucking pathetic, if you ask me. I don't understand it. Do you know I work for House of Glory? Most of you guys know I work for House of Glory. I am never giving my ideas in the form of a 2 out of 3 falls match just based off what I've seen on Monday Night Raw. That's how terrible this shit has become in the last 4 weeks. I don't know what is on the line here. Seriously, is there a new polished job on the line for the Revival's tag team titles? Some people I spoke to tonight didn't even realize the Revival were still tag team champions. The Miz is a loser. The Miz as a babyface is downright fucking despicable. He is terrible. It is some of the most boring television I think I've ever seen on WWE television. What exactly is on the line here? Elias walked out in the middle of this match after the first fall because he didn't get his 25% discount that he was promised last week for winning the match, or losing the match, I guess, just to be a participant in the 2 out of 3 falls match. He didn't get his 25% off Guitar Center gift card. This is a joke, folks, to a point where I'm making jokes about fucking Elias getting new guitar strings as a consolation prize in these 2 out of 3 falls match. What exactly is on the line here? Absolutely nothing. Winner of the first fall, the Revival and Elias, because the Revival gave Jimmy Uso a shatter machine. Awesome. Awesome. In 3 minutes. 3 minutes. You got the tag team champions and then the best tag team, if you even want to call them that right now. I think LAX kind of overtook the Usos in the past year or so. Maybe the Usos are number 3. Maybe the Gorillas of Destiny actually leapfrogged the Usos as well. Anyway. This should be a tag team title extravaganza on Monday Night Raw for the titles. And this is what we get. Usos and Revival in a 3-minute fucking first fall on Monday Night Raw. Shatter Machine for the win here. They're up 1-0. Cole noted that Elias had left the Revival during the commercial break. And they are now 2 against 3. Oh. Man, I'm so invested that I give a shit. Eventually, Jay got the hot tag. Took it to Dash Wilder with some offense. Dash eventually tagged in Dawson, who scored a near fall on Jay. Miz reached for the tag, and eventually Jay launched in and tagged in the Miz. Miz gave Dawson a quick, skull-crushing finale for the win. I wish this was the fucking finale of this show at the end of this match. So we got a 1-1 tie here. Oh my goodness, man. Please, please, do something so I don't switch over to the fucking Home Run Derby. So we got the Miz and the Usos, 2 falls to 1 here at the end of this thing. Chaos at the end. They win 2-1. Usos promptly went after Dawson. Top rope frog splash by Jimmy for the win. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I was too busy watching fucking Vladimir Guerrero Jr. launch 70 fucking home runs tonight. Jesus Christ. Michael Cole mentions that Bayley versus Nikki Cross in a beat-the-clock match is happening tonight. Winner picks the stipulation for Bayley's title defense at Extreme Rules. I hope you know the beat the clock shit is one of the worst gimmicks that WWE has in their arsenal. We see R-Truth and Drake Maverick. Drake Maverick attacking R-Truth last Monday, not this Monday, winning the 24/7 title before going on his honeymoon. Then they aired a video package of Drake with his 24/7 title before going on his honeymoon. Selfie video celebrating that they're in Orlando for their honeymoon. His bride already complained, which she was the talk of the town on social media about how great she looked. Everybody loved her look, apparently. They were in Orlando on their honeymoon, and she complained that they live in Orlando. And she said the honeymoon was lousy. Is the honeymoon lousy, or is this show fucking lousy? I think lousy's being too generous and nice for Monday Night Raw. So she was full of eye rolls here to Drake Maverick. He kept blocking her in pictures with the 24/7 title. Drake said when the honeymoon continues, they will go to the Bahamas or Paris. He says, no, we're not going there. We're going to go to Newark. Newark, New Jersey. I hope you guys got a nice whiff of the fucking air quality in Newark, New Jersey. Smells like Monday Night Raw. Garbage. Drake was wearing the 24/7 title coming out of a crate he was hiding in. She complained, this is not ideal, but they could step inside the crate together and get it on, he says. A lot of people on social media wanted to get it on with his wife. Said he's going to show the world what a great 24/7 champion he is, and then show her what a great husband he is as well. He says then he'll give her the honeymoon she deserves. She said once that happens, they will consummate the marriage. Drake yelled, yes, I'm going to get it on with my wife. Then we see Titus's VIP catering department come running down the hallway because I believe he put in a key lime pie and it was cooling off on a windowsill somewhere in catering. So they said, you know what, while this is cooling off, let's go chase Drake Maverick down the hallway for the 24/7 title. Titus O'Neil, Eric Young, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, EC3, all of the Lucha House Party, and Heath Slater. There you go. It's the same thing, rinse and repeat on Monday Night Raw with this 24/7 shit. I'm tired of complaining about it. But change is imminent, folks. Change. We seen change last week. It felt new and fresh and different. Yet here I am watching Monday Night Raw and I'm asking myself, what the fuck are you guys watching? Did you somehow watch Monday Night Raw from 1997? Fucking 24/7. Give me a break. Backstage, Shane and Drew stopped the concessions guy. Says he might be chosen to be Reigns' partner. Drew told the man, Louie, listen. I think you should thank Shane because it's a great opportunity. He thanked Shane in a very scared voice as he was selling what looked to be 75-cent beer. Wherever this Louie is, please give him my number. I want to know what the fuck beer he's drinking. Oh, probably it's Budweiser or Bud Light or Heineken or some watered down fucking garbage that a fucking hick what a fucking American flag bandana wears on 4th of July. Yeah, I'm drunk off about 12 Budweiser. Fucking cretins. Hour 2. I'm not even... What is this show? What is this show? I guarantee you most of you are watching me because I entertain you more than the fucking show. This show is complete garbage. Complete garbage. Rey Mysterio is back. I wish I could give a shit. I don't. Rey entered the ring. Said he refused to accept the doctors telling him he'd be out of action for a long time. Said he worked harder and became hungrier and beat the doctors' predictions. I wish he didn't beat the doctors' predictions because he wouldn't have to be on this fucking show. Said he is back and he is so ready to compete. He issued an open challenge to anybody in the back who was listening. So here I am like a fucking dummy. I'm like, okay, Rey Mysterio's back. Buddy Murphy versus Rey Mysterio. I'd love to see it. Mustafa Ali versus Rey Mysterio. I'd love to see it. Cedric Alexander. I'd love to see it. Cesaro versus Rey Mysterio. I'd love to see it. Who do we get, folks? Who do we get? Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley. Yes, Trash Man number 2. Apparently, the first guy was Trash Man number 1, and we got Trash Man number 2, Bobby Lashley. Lashley beats Rey Mysterio in 1 minute. Let me repeat that in case it went over your head. What? Bobby Lashley beat Rey Mysterio in 1 minute on Monday Night Raw. If I ever have a chance to interview Rey Mysterio, I would be like, what possessed you to sign with the WWE? Please elaborate. Why didn't you go elite, Mr. Rey? Rey Mysterio said he was out for 6 weeks. If Rey Mysterio was going to come back so soon, why did WWE force him to relinquish the title? They've had titles not defended in 6 weeks. They've had wrestlers sit on the sidelines for more than 6 weeks without a title defense. Finn Balor hasn't been on fucking TV since WrestleMania. You don't see him relinquishing the fucking title. But they had Rey Mysterio relinquish the United States Championship. If Rey Mysterio was going to come back, and it don't even feel like 6 weeks, to be honest with you. If he was going to come back in such a short amount of time, why did they have him give up the title? And we are where we are with the title now. I don't get it. Finn Balor, and this is a fact, folks, Finn Balor has not had one TV match since WrestleMania. He's been at Super Showdown, and that was it. The Intercontinental title hasn't been on TV since WrestleMania. Now, they're advertising a match on Tuesday for Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura. Too little, too late, if you ask me. But there's no logic there. Bobby Lashley was the one who got put through the LED boards. You mean to tell me after such a historic and fucking chaotic moment on Monday Night Raw, something that they're coining one of the most craziest moments in the history of the 26 years of Monday Night Raw? Blow me. Blow me. It was nothing more than a fucking early fireworks show to pop a rating, which it did. And WWE did nothing to keep those viewers going into this week. Because if they see in this show, compared to last week, they're like, what the fuck has changed? Paul Heyman's attached to this show. I'm expecting change. Where is it? And they probably bounce just like the rest of you. Why is he on the show? Number one. Number two, why is Rey Mysterio losing and getting squashed in his match back after injury? I don't get it. You couldn't put anybody else out there in Rey Mysterio's spot. I'm so glad Rey Mysterio came back and issued an open challenge and said he was back and he's wanting competition and he's hungrier. He's hungrier for what? After tonight, he's hungrier to get his contract over with to go somewhere else. This was awful. Lashley threw Rey out of the ring. He pressed him over his head in a gorilla press, threatened to throw him through the LED wall. Referees came out. There was 3 of them. Instead of throwing him through the LED board, Lashley launched Rey, who looked like a little kid on Bobby Lashley's fucking hands, tossed him on the referees. He then goes over to the announce table, grabs a mic, said last week he was the only man standing, and next Sunday he'll be the last man standing. There you go. So we had a tug of war. We had a last man standing, a false count anywhere. They went through the fucking LED boards on Monday Night Raw last week. Where's the blow-off in this thing? Where's the blow-off in this Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley feud? Is the blow-off going to be a fucking regular one-on-one match? Maybe they sit down over fucking dessert in Titus Catering and talk out their differences over a fucking big slice of cheesecake. Where the fuck is the end of this feud? What is the payoff? There is none. There is none. Braun Strowman is one of the most uninteresting performers on Monday Night Raw. The guy can't wrestle a regular match to save his fucking life. There's nothing exciting about him. He's the same fucking thing every time he goes out there. Run around the ring like a big fucking fumbling giant. Right? Running power slam. And that's it. This guy has been on the roster for 3 years on Raw and has not shown me any sign of getting better. Meanwhile, you got a whole performance center with Matt Bloom and Shawn Michaels and fucking Road Dogg and Triple H and William Regal, and the guy has not grown as a performer in 3 fucking years. When Braun Strowman shows me that he is willing to get better, and WWE stops putting him in these stipulations and gimmicks to hide how fucking terrible he is, then maybe I'll change my tune on Mr. Strowman. This is uninteresting fucking garbage that did nothing but, again, play off last week's mini fireworks early 4th of July show. Who cares? Charlie Caruso, backstage with AJ Styles, on why he attacked Ricochet last week after their match. Styles said he doesn't owe her or anyone an explanation. That's typically how WWE operates. They do something and then they don't explain anyway. So AJ is falling right into the narrative that WWE typically gives us on Monday and Tuesday night. So then she asked Anderson and Gallows for a comment, and they gave her a nasty look and walk away. Great. No explanation as to why the club reformed on Monday Night Raw. Hope you're loving those 5-year contracts, boys. No Way Jose versus Cesaro. What changed on Monday Night Raw? We got No Way Jose in a fucking match. Yes, the bell actually rang for a No Way Jose match on Monday Night Raw. Show is different, folks. I agree with you. I agree with you. There you go. You got No Way Jose. You want the change, and you got a fucking conga line with No Way Jose. Wrestling in army fatigues. 2 minutes. Cesaro swing. Sharpshooter. goodbye. Go back to catering. I hear the green beans are delicious on Monday nights. Street Profits. Street Profits. We all know why Street Profits are on Monday Night Raw. Still don't know why they are wearing the NXT Tag Team titles, and then the War Raiders got called up, and they were not allowed to wear the NXT Tag Team titles, but that's neither here nor there. This show is, I'm not allowed to ask for logic on Monday nights. I just can't, because I never get an answer anyway. Street Profits are on Monday Night Raw, and they're going to make me hate the Street Profits before they even have a title defense in NXT. I don't know why these two are on Monday Night Raw. In fact, I do know. Paul Heyman brought them up from NXT, and he wants them on Monday night because they want to appeal to a younger audience. Now, I mentioned this on Off the Script this past weekend. It's out of sheer curiosity I ask why the Street Profits were on Monday Night Raw, and then I look back at Fyter Fest, and I see Private Party having a star-making moment. The one tag team in WWE that is very similar to Private Party, Street Profits, are now on Monday nights because they want to appeal to a younger audience. Wow, man, what a coincidence that is. They're on Monday Night Raw because Paul Heyman wants to target a younger audience. Meanwhile, Monday Night Raw really doesn't need the Street Profits. NXT absolutely needs the Street Profits. But by putting Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins on Monday Night Raw in the roles that they currently have on Monday night, you're making me dislike them after 2 weeks. And I also like to add that you bring them up to do Michael Cole's job, and WWE has them plug the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and they go over all the card in the back during a backstage segment. Isn't Michael Cole supposed to do that? Or is Michael Cole not excited about Sunday's show? You're giving the Street Profits a role on Monday night, and this is the very best that you came up with. They are nothing more than a Todd Pettengill fucking wannabe on Monday night going over the Extreme Rules pay-per-view on Sunday, giving their predictions on a match rundown. Again, who writes this garbage? This is the very best that you have for your NXT Tag Team Champions. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And I don't know how they are appealing to a younger audience by acting like a bunch of idiots on Monday night. Slowly but surely, they will sink right into that cringe that Monday Night Raw is so known for. Believe me. Maria was looking at her phone. Yes, Maria Kanellis was looking at her phone. Mike walked in with flowers. How sweet. Called her sweetie and apologized for what happened last week. Said he's so excited to have their second child together. They went lovey-dovey and went, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love commercials so I don't have to watch Raw. I love when I change the channel. Maria says she also loves ice cream. So do I. Mint chocolate chip. A good cookie dough. Cookies and cream. Banana. Strawberry shortcake, strawberry cheesecake. How about a good old vanilla with some hot fudge, huh? I could keep going, but I won't. Because now I have a hankering for ice cream. And I'm on a diet. Can't have no ice cream, folks. Only low-fat, very, I would say, nutritious ice cream. Not that fucking high in fructose sugar garbage. Gotta be good ice cream. Healthy ice cream. Getting old, man. I gotta lose some weight. Anyway, where am I? I don't know what the fuck is going on here. So Mike realizes that she's asking for ice cream and pickles. She loves ice cream. I love pickles. Mike is an idiot. Can't figure it out. So he's like, oh, you want me to go get you ice cream and pickles. I love pickles too. She said that she wants ice cream. And what do you expect me to sit here and eat these flowers you got me? He asked if she wanted low-fat ice cream. She angrily asked, do you think I'm fat? What do you mean by that? Do you think I'm fat? So he got up, left, and that was it. He went to go get Maria ice cream and pickles. And Mike Kanellis is still a bitch on Monday Night Raw. Not as big as last week, but still, he's playing the role of a bitch on Raw. Nikki and Bayley were on, or Nikki Cross and Bayley were on a split screen. I'm fucking tired just going through this show already. This show was terrible. Cole asks how much pressure Nikki feels given that Alexa isn't there tonight. 1 week before pay-per-view, and you're in a championship match, and you're not there. But I did hear that Alexa Bliss is suffering from a very bad illness, so she gets a pass this week. Nikki said she feels the whole world is on her shoulders because she owes everything to Alexa. And quite frankly, I don't know what I'd do without Alexa. Bayley tells her that Alexa is using her and has made her career off of using her and other people. You're the reason she's got this rematch, Bayley said. She said she has to figure this out. Nikki said that's enough because she's tired of her running down Alexa every chance she gets. She said the more she bashes her, the more motivated she is to beat her up. Cole then came in and explained the rules of the Beat the Clock challenge. I wish he didn't because, like I said before, this is one of WWE's worst gimmicks in their arsenal. Cole said Bayley will face Sarah Logan and Nikki Cross will face Dana Brooke. They had to pry her away from catering. Just letting you know, I got some inside scoop. She didn't want to wrestle tonight. She wanted to remain in catering. Apparently, Titus was using some new silverware tonight. She wanted first dibs. Bayley then said, facing Logan, or mentioned something about facing Logan, and then Nikki commented on Dana and said Dana is younger than her and faster than her and bigger than her. I didn't believe what I was hearing. This is Nikki Cross in NXT saying something about Dana Brooke, who has been non-existent on WWE television, that Dana is stronger, bigger, and faster than her. You talk about Mike Kanellis being emasculated as a man. Where the fuck is Nikki Cross? I don't know who the fuck this is. Awful. R-Truth is backstage with Carmella. They were looking in crates to try and find Drake and his bride hiding. Truth began looking under desks. I just need my baby back, he said. I hope he's not showing her scary movies. She needs me. I work all day, my life on the go. Put your hands on the clock. They've been moving so slow. I can't wait to be alone with my baby tonight. Please, I got fucking cold chills just envisioning Jeff Jarrett on my fucking television. The parade of 24/7 contenders ran by Carmella. 24/7 contenders, pretenders, fucking irrelevance, catering, whatever you want to call them. Carmella hopped onto R-Truth's shoulders and ran the opposite way that they were running. Awful. The War Raiders, Hanson and Rowe, because I refuse to call them by their Vince McMahon slave names, against Colin Justin and Devin Justin, the Justin brothers. I don't know where these guys came from. Apparently, from my sources, they were picked up at the local 7-Eleven. They were buying Slurpees, and they were about to go smoke a nice fat joint. And they said, well, I don't really want to do this with my life anymore. And then comes a WWE executive. Hey, guys, we'll pay you $500 tonight to get beat up by Hanson and Rowe of the War Raiders. There you go. You know how much pot that could buy you, Mr. Justin? Anyway, this one ended in 1 minute with Thor's hammer. I don't know that other shit that Michael Cole is calling, and I know it as Thor's hammer. Morrow's call. Not this fucking shit on the main roster. Ricochet makes his entrance. We got a Ricochet special coming up on Saturday, immediately after the Evolve 10-year anniversary show, which I will be watching and reviewing, by the way, right here on the channel. Same night as Fight for the Fallen. Don't know when it's going up, but Fight for the Fallen will probably go up first. And then we got Evolve, and then whatever else is going on the channel. Going to be a busy weekend, folks. I'll be here all weekend. Ricochet said at first he thought it was a great opportunity to face Styles, because he looked up to him for so long, and it was a great way to prove himself. He said before he could celebrate his win, Anderson and Gallows gave him one of the biggest beatings of his life. He said on Sunday he'll defend against Styles, the United States Championship. He said he knows what he's got in store for himself tonight, because he'll have to face not only Gallows, but Anderson and Styles. So Styles, Anderson, and Gallows walk out together. I believe at this point in the show I was making chicken nuggets organic chicken nuggets that I bought at the supermarket today. And as I was pulling them out of the oven, I went to place them on top of the stovetop to cool. Got me some barbecue sauce. And then I went to go sit down on my couch to watch this particular thing that I had in my mind. I was wondering if Gallows and Anderson were going to come out to their own theme music with AJ Styles walking behind, because this is Luke Gallows versus Ricochet tonight. They did not do that. They came out with AJ Styles music, and Gallows and Anderson continue to have missing identities. Virtually no identities for Gallows and Anderson except playing AJ Styles bitches. That's all they are. What should be one of the greatest tag teams in the world, one of the best, most elite tag teams in your company, they come out without their theme music, led by AJ Styles, to his theme music. I ask myself why. Ricochet's not fighting AJ Styles tonight. There's no reason why I should be hearing AJ Styles' theme music on the PA system. I should be hearing the club's theme music. That's not all, folks. That's not all. Ricochet and Gallows goes 2 minutes. Gallows, an athlete, a multi-time tag team champion in Japan, loses to Ricochet in 2 minutes. Got pinned. Surprise pinfall. So then Styles told Ricochet that he beat Luke Gallows, and you said that you could take on all of us. So what you're going to do right here, right now, is you're going to take on Carl Anderson. Commercial break. Commercial break. See how WWE is coming up with ways to go to commercial break? They're coming up with more creative ways to go to commercial break than to creatively book their fucking show to make sense. Luke Gallows lost in 2 minutes. Carl Anderson lost in 5 minutes. So he lasted double plus longer than Luke Gallows. So Ricochet re-entered the ring on the outside. He was on the apron. He re-entered the ring and gave Anderson a flying dropkick in the corner, and then landed the 630 for the win, and he pins Carl Anderson. So let me get this straight, folks. The club, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, signed 5-year deals. Probably in the ballpark of $750,000 to $1 million a year, individually for 5 years. That's that amount of money per year, folks. Just so that they don't go to AEW. They signed 5-year deals, which more than likely will take them through the rest of their careers. They will be with the WWE for the rest of their careers. You sign 5-year contracts, and the first Monday Night Raw that you show up on after signing new deals, you lose. Gallows and Anderson, a tag team, 2 guys individually that should be amongst the elite tag teams in this business, lose to one man in the span of 7 minutes in back-to-back matches. Can you say fucked? I don't want to use the word buried, because they are in a stable now with AJ Styles, the Reformed Club. 3 years too late, cretin. 3 years too late. They lost in the same night to one man. And I ask, very respectfully, was this the best way to make these guys look strong? Oh, but JD, they had the post-match attack. They had the post-match attack. Spare me your bullshit. Again, I ask, this was the best way to book these guys in this match? This is the best way to book these guys coming out of a 5-year contract. Either WWE did this intentionally to fuck them for signing 5 years, or WWE is completely incapable of writing logical television. I don't understand why AJ Styles could not interfere in the match to cause the DQ for Luke Gallows, and then simply come out and state, well, listen, I apologize. Why don't you have a second match with Carl Anderson? And I promise not to get involved. So we get a match with Carl Anderson. Luke Gallows is on the outside with AJ Styles. Carl Anderson's in the ring with Ricochet. Luke Gallows would then interfere to help preserve Carl Anderson. Ricochet would win both matches by DQ, and then the post-match beatdown from the club. Do you see what I did there, folks? Do you see what I did there? I am, according to you fucking idiots on social media, someone who just likes to complain because it's cool. Someone who complains because he gets views. Meanwhile, I just blew your fucking mind with that booking scenario right there. Why couldn't WWE do that tonight? Was it so difficult when I came up with it in 15 seconds? This show is absolutely fucking mind-numbing garbage. Garbage. You and I are both dumber for watching this show. And then, here's the cherry on top of this diarrhea Sunday, folks. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows lost clean to Ricochet. AJ Styles, do you know how big of a fucking idiot AJ Styles looks like? Because at the end of all of this, then he decides to do the post-match attack. So he watches his guys lose and then does the post-match attack. Where was he in this entire scenario? So what he stated without directly saying it, AJ Styles, is that the club are a bunch of losers. I don't believe WWE has Ricochet and AJ Styles in a feud over the United States Championship, and I could not be any more over it. I am completely disinterested in this feud. You said this a year ago, I'd look at you like you're a fucking mental case. Here we are. And I wish Ricochet was back down in NXT feuding over the NXT World Championship. I don't believe what they've done on the main roster with this guy. This feud is absolutely illogical. It's a fucking mess. And I don't believe anybody out there can get behind this shit without asking yourself these particular questions. If you don't, I really fear for your knowledge and intelligence. I really do. I honestly really do. This was absolutely embarrassing. Good luck on those 5 years, gentlemen. Good luck on those 5 years. You made yourself out to be the biggest fucking idiots, at the same time the smartest, because I don't know why the fuck WWE offered you these fucking deals. Better yet, I don't know why you even took these fucking deals. Could have made just as much money going to AEW and compete with the Lucha Brothers and the Best Friends and the Young Bucks and the fucking LAXs of the world, who are probably going to end up over there anyway. Here you are in WWE losing to Ricochet individually, together, in the same night, in 7 minutes. Good. Your morals must be completely at the bottom of the fucking barrel. They must be in the bottom of that fucking trash bin from the fucking first goon that showed up, dumping the trash in the dumpster. Must be somewhere down there with the rest of the fucking roster, Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. Jesus Christ. Shane, back at it again. You know, Shane McMahon had 5 segments on this show. 5 fucking segments on this show. Shane asked the janitor if he had something to do tonight, and the janitor was like, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I'll pay you $5,000. The guy said he'd do anything for $5,000. Shane says he wants this guy to be Reigns' partner. He said he can't wrestle. He was hinting at an injury. Shane says he just has to stand there. And then Drew suggested he wears a mask. No offense, he said. Yeah, no offense. This show is garbage. No offense, says Vince. Bayley versus Sarah Logan beat the clock. Bayley wins in 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Bayley came back and got the pin after a knee and a sunset flip in the corner. I didn't even give a shit about this. The best part of this entire thing was... I gotta see if my fucking mic is on. Fucking hand movements and yelling all over the place. The best part about this match, probably the best part of the whole show, was how great Sarah Logan looked. She looked fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I love the new look. I mean... How long has she been out? You can't get this woman new fucking theme music? Jesus Christ. If that isn't an indication that WWE doesn't give a shit about their women, I don't know what the fuck is. She looked in great shape, man. She lost a significant amount of weight. I love her look. And I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer here, but the fact that she's not blonde, listen, she's not going nowhere. Unless she starts to dye her fucking hair, she ain't going nowhere. But man, she looks great. She loses here, and what a great way to establish a new look for Sarah Logan. Let's put her in a Beat the Clock challenge, a meaningless fucking match, and have her lose to the SmackDown champion. This couldn't happen on SmackDown Live. It's got to happen tonight. So Nikki Cross versus Dana Brooke. Bayley sitting at ringside because that's what they all do. Bayley wanted a front row seat of this garbage. Nikki Cross versus Dana Brooke. Cross wins at 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Dana was doing what she does best, losing. Dana scored a near fall with just a little bit of time left on the clock. Small package. Nikki countered with a backslide. Dana rolled through, schoolboyed Nikki for a 2 count. Nikki then hits her neck breaker immediately for a 3 count with 1 minute and 51 seconds left on the clock. Nikki then called Bayley into the ring because she wanted to not only speak to Bayley, she couldn't speak to Bayley because Bayley was sitting outside. She wanted to speak to Bayley face to face, which was one of the most uncomfortable things of the whole fucking night. They had a close-up shot of Nikki Cross on camera, and she was, I don't know what she was looking at. She wasn't looking at Bayley the entire time, because when I talk to somebody, I look in their fucking eyes. Nikki Cross was looking over here, and then over here, over here, and then over here, over here, and then over here. What was she looking at? It's like she was looking at a fucking cue card that wasn't there. Or maybe she's seen a fucking ghostly apparition. I don't know. Maybe she's seen the ghost of creative past. Where's my old self? Please take me away. I don't know what she was looking at, but this promo was god-awful. Don't give this woman a microphone on a regular basis, please. Please. She said, and I quote, "She doesn't understand, or you don't understand, Bayley, what a real friendship means." That's what she's been accusing Alexa of the entire time. You think Alexa is an insecure friend. Nikki said she'll show her what that means on Sunday at Extreme Rules because it'll be a 2-on-1 handicap title match. I can't wait for the fuck finish there where Nikki Cross inadvertently bumps into Alexa Bliss and costs her the match and the title. Predictive programming, folks. I would be surprised if Alexa Bliss wins the title, because we all know where this garbage storyline is going. Nikki Cross is going to realize that Alexa is really using her, and then she's going to attack Alexa Bliss. Great. So, Mike Kanellis, remember him? Yeah, I don't either. Shut up with ice cream and pickles. What kind of ice cream? I don't know. Maria yelled that she can't eat it because it will make her fat. Maria sounds like a fucking schizo. Sounds like some of the girls I fucking dated in the past. She said, she asked Mike if he'd like to impregnate her right now if she weren't already pregnant. He said he'd love to right now. She said that he will never impregnate her ever again. And then she's not even sure if he impregnated her the first time. She stood up and yelled, "Look at what you've done to me." And that's it. She ended up, I guess, throwing the flowers at him. He walked away or something. I don't know. I was barely paying attention. Jesus Christ, this show couldn't come fast enough to be over. Corey Graves is backstage. Seth and Becky, he interviewed both of them because of their beating from Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. Graves says it's obviously known to everybody that Corbin and Lacey inflicted some damage, just like the couple here in Seth and Becky is doing damage to the ratings. He asks how their personal relationship will affect their match on Sunday because some are saying that their personal feelings could be their downfall. No, their personal feelings are the downfall of their show, not their in real life relationship. Graves tried to stir trouble by talking about how losing could affect their relationship. Becky said she sees what he's doing. She said on Sunday there are no rules and she's taking the handcuffs off. She said when they lose, they're getting no more chances. Seth said, "Oh yeah, whatever she said." So, Seth is a bitch. He's the man's man, and he can't speak for himself. I don't know whether he's a bitch or a champion. He's not my champion. I can't wait for this shit to be over. I am wondering if Brock Lesnar is really going to cash in. I hope he is. And if he doesn't, and Rollins is the champion going into SummerSlam, how WWE plans their Universal Championship match for SummerSlam. Because right now, I don't know who WWE has planned for Rollins if he is still the champion. And by the way, being that it's fresh on my mind, where the fuck is Bray Wyatt? How long has he been off TV now? 4 weeks? Let me find out that WWE dumped the gimmick already. That would be fucking crazy, huh? So the Street Profits were backstage again. They were hyping up the Kofi and Samoa Joe match. Angelo Dawkins went with Samoa Joe, while Montez Ford went with Kofi Kingston. Angelo Dawkins wanted Samoa Joe as his choice because he doesn't want to get choked out by Samoa Joe. You got nothing to worry about, bro. He'll choke you out, and then you'll beat him in a one-on-one match in about 4 minutes on SmackDown Live. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's the run-of-the-mill creative writing on WWE television. Reigns made his entrance. This is the main event, by the way, folks. This main event started with 9 minutes left on the clock till the 11 o'clock hour. Shane and Drew came out. Shane had Mike Rome redo his introduction. Oh, my God. It's like WWE's doing it on purpose. They know Mike Rome cannot do it as good as Greg Hamilton, and they still have Mike Rome do the Shane McMahon introduction anyway. His voice cracked so badly, I thought at one point he was getting ready to sing for a death metal fucking band. That's how bad his voice was at the end of this thing. Drew says he's always seen right through Reigns. Says he has no respect for Shane or authority. Says the only person he respects is himself. He promised him that tonight, this is Sunday, and he will beat him and beat some respect into him. Said for right now, everybody's going to shut their mouths and listen to exactly what Shane has to say. Shane says he knows Reigns is jonesing to know who his partner is going to be. Shane brought out a 3-time Prudential Employee of the Month and a Spelling Bee champion, Gary the Goat Garbutt. Came out in a Mexican mask, luchador mask, and he came out limping. So we barely got a match here, and at the end of all this, it was revealed that Cedric Alexander was in the mask. He was doing his signature dive over the top rope. We seen Cedric Alexander do some springboard crossbody, a step up enziguri. Nobody knew what was going on. Gary Garbutt, quote unquote, got the biggest reaction of the entire night in Newark, New Jersey. And then at the end of all this thing, we had Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre on the stage. At the end of this thing, Drew McIntyre leveled a Claymore kick on Gary Garbutt, pinned him, 1, 2, 3, because I guess we all know what the outcome of Extreme Rules is going to be, because they won here with Roman's name attached to the match. So clearly they're not going to win at Extreme Rules with Roman and The Undertaker on the opposite side of the ring. Claymore kick, pinning Gary Garbutt, 1, 2, 3. Reigns and Garbutt lose. And then at the end of all this thing, Cedric Alexander takes the mask off, reveals Gary Garbutt was him, and he was noticeably bleeding from the mouth, I guess from the Claymore kick. Hit him a little bit too stiff. So that's what Cedric Alexander gets for not being on fucking TV since the Superstar shakeup. Great. Cedric Alexander is used in a janitor role, and he's hidden under a luchador mask in the Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns storyline that nobody gives a shit about. Random push for Cedric Alexander, right? Right. At least he got TV time, says the fucking analysts on social media. At least he got TV time, says the apologists on social media. Give me a fucking break. This show was downright fucking boring. Did you guys realize that Extreme Rules is on Sunday? Did you realize this was a go-home show for Extreme Rules? Where are all of you now? I'm doing the Hulk Hogan cupping of the ear. Where are you? Where are those guys that said, Raw was so great, give Raw a chance, change takes time? Was Paul Heyman and his influence on this show? Absolutely not. It wasn't last week, it wasn't this week, and if you guys thought that Paul Heyman's first week was last week, then his second week was this week. And I'm allowed to shit on the show all I want because this show was fucking terrible. God awful. I hope that we get some new direction after Extreme Rules, because if this is Paul Heyman being attached to Monday Night Raw, what I stated on Off the Script 2 weeks ago is exactly what it's going to end up being. Vince hired them to take the heat off of himself because he knows the shows are coming under fire. And he made an executive decision and hired new executive directors because they could take the fall for his inept creative writing, and he doesn't have anything to do with these shows now in the public eye. whether it's to the fans or to the stockholders. Now all the blame is going to come down on Bischoff and Heyman if this continues. I see no signs of change, folks. None whatsoever. Not with this roster. Not with this Raw roster. I'm sorry. We got SmackDown Live tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen, but Aleister Black is going to announce his opponent at Extreme Rules. I can't wait to see who it is. Hopefully we'll see who it is. Hopefully we get something to look forward to. Other than that, another shitty edition of SmackDown Live tomorrow. I'll see you guys right back here on the podcast. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Get your 30 days and free audio book. And make sure you guys check out this week's videos. This past week's videos. Off the Script was great this week, and go and check it out. And tomorrow afternoon, I have a Slammiversary 1-hour podcast on Impact's latest pay-per-view. You don't want to miss that either. Good shit. See you guys tomorrow for SmackDown Live. Raw was garbage. Heyman had nothing to do with the show, and I'm still wondering where everybody who shit on me last week went. Where are you? Where are you? I'll give myself the fucking Barry Horowitz clap on the back. There you go. See you guys later.